Hi there, and the Story Ninja is back with yet more stories. So I'm sure you remember, just the other day I mentioned that I carry my stories in my head, my heart, and sometimes up my sleeve. But I also go and Google and I find stories on the internet. But being a Nali Bali Funda leader, I do know that Nali Bali has the most fantastic story library resources. So we're going to be doing a story from Nali Bali site, and it's called The Three Wishes. So if you hang on and watch the next section, I'm going to read the same story in Afrikaans as well. So let us start with the English one and sit back and enjoy. So, the three wishes. There was once a woman who lived with her husband next to the Limbitwa River. Every day the woman left their home and went to the forest to chop wood. Yes, the woman actually went out. Every day her husband would give her a bottle of water and some food so that she had something to drink and eat while she was deep in the forest. You heard right. Her husband packed lunch. One day she went out and chose a big tree to chop down. "Ah, this one will be good," she said. "It's very big, and I will get a lot of wood out of it." She took her axe in her hands and swung it up, ready to start chopping. Just as she was about to chop, she heard a voice pleading for her to stop. You can quite imagine the fright. "Who said that?" she said. "Look down here," said the voice. "And whatever you do, please, 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 please do not chop down this tree." The woman was shocked at what she heard. But when she saw where the voice was coming from, she did not know what to say. I can believe she must have been really shocked. Lost her words there for a moment. Down on the ground near the roots of the tree was the tiniest man the woman ever saw. Her mouth dropped open and she could not believe what she was seeing. Well, eventually she got over her shock. "I beg you, please don't hurt this tree," said the tiny man. "Well, well, of course," said the woman. I can do what you ask. I can search for another tree if it's so important to you." "Thank you. You have done something that has made me very happy," said the tiny man. "You have a kind heart, and because of this I will grant you 3 wishes, no matter what they are." And then the little man disappeared. No matter where the woman searched in the forest, he was nowhere to be found. Eventually she gave up searching, and she headed for home. All the way home she shook her head and mumbled to herself, still surprised at what had happened. When she reached home, she sat down outside to rest, still wondering if someone had played a trick on her. All that thinking made her hungry. "Is our supper ready yet?" she asked the husband, who had come to sit next to her. "Oh no," he answered. "Not yet. It'll only be ready in a few hours." The woman groaned. "I'm hungry. I wish I had a piece of meat to eat." No sooner were the words out of her mouth when, swish, a piece of meat appeared on the empty plate on the ground next to her. She stared at it, and so did her husband. What's this?" he asked, surprised by what had happened. The woman told him everything that had happened in the forest that morning. The husband stared at her, and she could see that he was becoming angry. When she stopped talking, he shouted at her. "What? You should have thought before you said and wished for that meat. You are so silly that I wish that piece of meat was stuck to your nose." Before the woman could say "Hi, boar," the piece of meat was stuck to her nose. She grabbed it and pulled, but it wouldn't come off. Her husband tried pulling too. They both pulled and pulled, but it was no good. The piece of meat was stuck to the end of her nose. "Oh no," said the woman. "Now what?" "I don't know, but it has to come off," said the man. Then the woman realized that she had better do something in a hurry before her husband said another word. "I wish this meat was off my nose," she shouted. But in a second the meat lay on the plate again, and there they sat, the woman and her husband, staring at each other. There would be no more wishes, or money, or clothes, a bigger house, or happiness. There would be no wishes at all, but at least they had a good piece of meat for their dinner. So thinking back over the story, can you remember what they'd wished for? What those 3 wishes were? And how would you use up 3 wishes? Something to think about. I'm going to think about my 3 wishes now too. Hmm. I'm still thinking. Maybe you can let me know another time.